I thought it was illegal.
We did it. We did it that way.
He's about to say something. I know he's going to say something.
It's lies. I may have sold a few pairs.
I used to wear
Like
shoes
going on
and
a
tie the
marathon.
laces. He looked at the original design. He said, "We can do better."
TKO used to have his own style.
Oh, here we go.
He was somewhat of a pirate.
Hey guys, I'm Shamaya. I'm here for Foot Locker with the Geedup guys, and we're here to talk about the new Nike TN. So guys, tell me more about this release with Foot Locker.
This release is something that I think has been in the works for about a year and a half. We had a good friend. We still have a good friend. He's not gone. Ziggy. Ziggy's a good friend of ours. He's ambassador for Foot Locker. I was kind of nudging Zig to kind of get us in the room with Foot Locker. We didn't know what we wanted to do, but we knew the range that they had, and we knew we wanted to do something with it. Creasy, one of our videographers, his cousin works for Foot Locker. So it started off pretty social with Steph, who handles their UGC. So we're coming at it from multiple angles, just kind of getting in their brain, not knowing what we really wanted to do. We pretty much just sat him down and we told him straight.
So why the TN?
Well, it's quintessential Western Sydney. That's not to say they're not in other parts of other parts of this country and other parts in other cities. But for us growing up, it was the shoe to be in. I couldn't afford them much. I didn't have them much as a kid.
I can't remember how much they were, if the price has changed, but it is more of an expensive shoe in comparison to some of the other Nike shoes or shoes on the market.
Well, it was the shoe, you know.
It is the shoe, yeah. It
So,
couldn't have been any other shoe.
Foot Locker was the shoe store growing up. TN was the shoe growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, our roots run deep in Western Sydney. I'm from Western Sydney, TK's from Western Sydney. The driving force behind the brand was to put Western Sydney on the map. So when you're looking at what made up a big part of our childhood and it makes up a big part of this brand, when it comes to a shoe and thinking of a shoe, there's nothing that aligns better, I don't think.
Well, I've seen the campaign and it definitely screams Geedup. How involved were you both with the whole process?
We did everything, and
Well, the campaign or the project?
Both.
we've been pretty heavily involved with everything, and Foot Locker's given us the grace of doing things like graffitiing their front of their store on Pitt Street, which we appreciate.
We just burst a bubble on that. Everyone thought we did it illegally.
No one knows we did it legally.
Read the comments, bro.
I thought it was illegal when I first saw it. I was like, oh, someone's vandalizing the store.
Yeah, we did it that way. At first glance,
I was like,
now that
it was shot in a way and delivered in such a way. We didn't even put a caption on that post.
Yeah.
Just to arouse the question, like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
From the beginning, we kind of led most of the creative, and
We're also control freaks.
yeah, that's true.
And that's for good measure. Like, we know how to talk to our customer.
Yeah.
We know how to, market to our customer because we are our customer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
demanded a lot of control. We had to relinquish some of it. Relinquishing what we did to Foot Locker, and they did a great job with, street marketing, if we're going to call it that, with a huge bill poster rollout towards that mural, 15, 16 metres.
I haven't seen it in real life. Have you?
Well, there's a massive mural, a TN mural out in Parramatta, which was good, which we were able to double down on and create content, which was some of our better performing content that made up the rollout, which was actually just crazy. Our videographer sticking his phone out the car window and he's just got a rolling shot. But look, digitally, we were at the forefront, with the help of Moonboy, Crazy, and our in-house guys. Anything you see in the real world, Foot Locker did a great job at.
Well, I see you both in some pieces right now. Tell us more about the collection.
4 pieces?
I think, yes, with the shirt.
5 including the shoe. So it's a 5-piece capsule. If you are a part of the brand, then you'd be aware how big our hand style is for us. Our hand style hoodie, the one I've got on, closely followed by the PFK, our Play for Keeps hoodie. So it just made sense to curate the collection around them with what we would consider renditions of some of our best sellers. But on that topic, the collection looked very different up until the 11th hour. Probably 2 or 3 days before we went into bulk production. I changed everything.
Wow.
It was just because I don't even know how the idea came about. I was just standing. We were standing.
You looked at the original design. You said, we can do better.
So we actually adopted the TN veins.
Yeah.
You might
I
not
can
notice
see
it at first, but it's actually through the Chanel EMB of the hand style, and on the white one.
We didn't have the shoe to design the colours,
Really?
so we had to colour match it from photos, which actually come out pretty bang on. But yeah, we had to pretty much do everything from what Nike and Foot Locker provided us. But I think it's turned out great. And it's only 4 pieces, 5 pieces with the shoe.
And what's the connection to Foot Locker? I heard you used to wear stripes.
I used to work at the Chatswood Mall Foot Locker. I lived in the West with Jake, and my cousin Cam was the manager at this store. My grandmother lived close by and my family lived close by, so I was always in the area. That was like one of my first jobs. It was one of my first jobs that I learned about the resale market. So some of the boys used to come in and they used to buy 5, 6 pairs, and I was like, why are people buying 5, 6 pairs of a pair of shoes? So I was so young and just oblivious to the fact that people
game.
There was a big sneaker game.
Yeah.
First major job was at Foot Locker, and Jake used to come in and try and steal shoes, but that job was my first introduction into sneaker culture.
Try to, we'll correct that.
I kicked
We'll
him out of the
correct that.
store.
Oh.
I was successful at most things I did.
Is that how you two met?
He only took one left.
It's lies, Andre. It's lies.
Foot Locker's going to track you down for some missing.
Look, tans were expensive as kids.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they were the shoe, and they were fucking expensive. And yes, I may have stole a few pairs.
Foot Locker as a store was like the store. It was one of the like leading biggest stores when we were kids. Was the only store to go to for sneakers. That was the only place you could go to.
Yeah.
So as a kid, it's like one of the cooler jobs to have as well. So to land that as a first job was pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, what do you think the importance is of a sneaker or a shoe to someone's whole fit now, especially in streetwear? And how important is it to keep your shoes tidy?
Well, that was a triple question. Which one do I answer first?
The first one.
How important is a shoe to an outfit? If it's crispy whites or whites, I don't think it's too important to an outfit in the sense that the outfit has to be built or designed or put together around a white shoe, because it's quite simple to do that.
Yeah.
But if we've got colour contrast on shoes, that's the crown jewel of the outfit then, and I think the outfit should be built around, when I say built, I'll build collections. The outfit's got to be put together around the shoe, definitely,
Yeah.
you know, because you can crucify an whole outfit with the wrong shoes on,
Yeah.
except if they're crispy whites.
I think a lot of Australians, and I see it again in the UK, they'll build a whole outfit from the shoe up. They'll start with the shoe, like this is the shoe I'm wearing, what matches with the shoe.
UK do it really well.
Yeah, UK do it
They
very
do it
well.
really well.
We've got to get better at it.
Yeah.
Australia really has to get better at a few things.
Yeah.
I love my people, I love my country, but, you know.
But that's why I opt
Example.
for simple shoes.
Yeah.
There was a third question we didn't answer.
Oh, yes. No,
How
my bad.
important is it to keep your shoes clean?
Tidy, yes.
Vehemently. It is the most important thing. I think it says a lot about a person that can't keep their shoes clean.
Agreed.
It's like having an unmade bed.
Yes.
You spend all day in them, and if they're not tidy or looked after and clean and well presented, I doubt there is much else in your life that is well presented, clean, and kept, and all of the above.
Clean and tidy should be something you should take on board for your whole outfit.
Yeah.
But shoes most importantly, because it's more noticeable. And I think, it can ruin an outfit. He's about to say something. I know he's going to say something about my lucky shoes.
TK used to have his own style.
Oh, here we go.
He was somewhat of a pirate.
They were my lucky shoes, and they were just kicking about to work.
And I'm not saying he didn't pull it off.
Okay.
Because he did pull it off. But these fucking shoes, I remember the first day we started working together, and it took some persuading, because TK knows what I'm like. He had these shoes on that looked like they'd been around since Jesus was playing footy for Jerusalem. They were
Did a few
old.
innings in these ones.
Air Bethlehem.
They were old.
A few dance floors earned
And
there. You know?
they were so dirty that it looked like if you had to just stood him still for long enough and watered them, they would have just like laid roots.
They were a type of shoe that I thought got better with a bit of character, but I was wrong.
Oh, I respect it, you
But
know.
my shoe tidy game has gotten a little bit better.
We've cleaned up now. Yeah.
He's come a long way.
Yeah, I've come a
Yeah.
long
He's come
way.
a long way.
Nice.
It was a very big learning curve for TK, and I'm proud of him.
You see my laces? They're done the right way. You see that?
Let's get to, you know what, that's something else as well. You don't tie your shoelaces, and never too tight either. You cannot just,
You gotta
TK
start
used to
giving
tie
that-
them like he was like,
I used to wear
Like who's
shoes
going on
and
a
tie the
marathon.
laces.
how much neater does it look?
Looks neat.
If you
Depends on
can't kick them off, then they're too tight, is what
Saying
you're
that, what are your top 3 TNs of all
I
time?
think the top 3, we have to.
Number one,
This is actually one of our biggest hitting colours.
black and teal.
Black and teal,
Is it?
and we hit some white. So these colours itself are one of our most well-performing colours, right? Across the years, at least the last 3, 4, and variations of teal.
Definitely.
Light teal, dark
Yeah.
teal.
Yep.
This colour was kind of perfect in fitting shoes. So this shoe's definitely got to be in both of our top 3, right?
Take the colour away from it. We've co-branded.
Yeah.
So it's now number one.
It scores a place.
It just has
Yes.
to. There's no
Yeah,
option
naturally,
in that,
yeah,
you know.
it's number 1.
My second would probably be what Supreme did with their TN collab. I think the first time I've ever seen it done, where they were able to work the characters of their logo, SUMPREME, into the veins of the shoe. Probably personally the Sail Blues. Yeah.
I got this wrong before, so I had to look it up. The honeydews. Right? I said rock melon before, didn't I? The honeydews. I don't have a massive shoe collection. I'm a little bit picky with my sneakers, especially, but I'm big on colours. And then the Daybreaks, which is actually a women's shoe. They didn't have my size in men's 10, and I had to get Foot Locker to score it for me. So thank you, Geedup, for that. But that's a women's shoe. It's like a baby blue. That would definitely be my third.
So when does this drop, and how can we get our hands on it?
Monday, the 20th, 6:30 p.m. Sydney time. Yes, it is daylight savings time for anyone that's getting it confused from New Zealand or anywhere around the globe. 6:30 Sydney time, Monday the 20th, which is like what?
Yeah, it's very, very soon.
Very soon. All right.
Yep.
So you heard it, guys. Monday the 20th. Make sure you mark it down.
And sign up.
And sign up.
And sign up.